As a holistic living specialist and master herbalist, I am asked questions all the time like, Becca, do you have something that can be done about my knee pain? Becca, is there something out there that can be done for the arthritis in my hands? Becca, is there an herb that can be used for my sore joints? For the answer, stay tuned. Hello, I'm Becca Laurent, holistic living specialist and owner of Becca's Planet, where I empower you with knowledge of natural living, helping you to make easy, cost-effective changes for yourself and your family, making life healthier naturally. I get asked all the time if there are natural remedies for sore joints. But did you know that sore joints is just a symptom? Do you want to just cover it up and continue to deal with the problem as it gets worse over time? This is an allopathic way of thinking and the way we've been taught to deal with things in the last couple of generations. We've been taught that this is normal progression, the degeneration of your body, and that you just have to take a pill or a potion to manage the problem for the rest of your life. What if I told you that it might be possible to just turn the corner down this path? What if I told you that your problem could be something as simple as what you put in your mouth? What if you learned that this could be a food sensitivity? If your body has trouble digesting a specific food, it can affect your hormones, your metabolism, or even cause inflammation, resulting in not just joint pain, but any number of symptoms throughout the body. It can affect any or all parts of your body. A food sensitivity can affect you in so many ways, including joint inflammation, which causes pain and stiffness. And this is much more common than most people think. What I'm talking about here is not the immediate allergic reaction of anaphylaxis. That can be a serious life-threatening condition. If you have any allergies, you need to steer clear from the food that you are allergic to. What I'm talking about is a food intolerance. This means that you do not tolerate a specific food very well, and it can cause immediate or chronic symptoms anywhere in the body. Symptoms can take hours or even days to show themselves, and symptoms can be located just about anywhere, including your joints. I get this as joint pain that starts in my feet and knees when I go on a bread binge eating the SAD diet. If I continue to eat the standard American diet with all its processed items, it'll creep into my muscles and other joints throughout my body, making me sore and stiff. I know this is an intolerance because when I stop eating the crap, I notice a difference within a day, and within a few days my puffiness and other symptoms are all but gone. This is what can make it so tricky to identify, and why many times we don't even make the connection between the two. Symptoms don't have to be just joint pain either. It can be burning of the skin, it can be flushed skin, you could be sweating more, a higher blood pressure, headaches, migraines, exhaustion after a good night's sleep, nervousness, rashes, eczema, inability to concentrate like brain fog. It can even be shortness of breath, tightness in the chest, or even up to asthma. That ended up being my son's issue with asthma, was food intolerance. So how can you prevent these intolerances? The main thing that you can do is figure out what food or drink you have the intolerance to and stop ingesting them. I know this sounds so simple, but yet can be so hard. The best thing that you can do to identify your food triggers is to eliminate them. Yes, that means getting rid of the offending food or drink and monitoring your symptoms for 3 full weeks. If things get better, then you need to decide to eliminate it totally from your diet or slowly introduce it back in and see what happens. I find that the 2 most common food triggers is lactose and gluten, which means dairy and grain. This by no means is a complete list, but it's been estimated that 75% of people in the world are actually lactose intolerant, and another 13% are gluten intolerant. So if you can eliminate all traces of lactose and gluten for 3 weeks, you can determine whether one or both could be your issue. Yes, dairy and grain is part of many government recommended food guidelines, but you can absolutely get all of your nutrients when replacing these foods with nutrient-dense foods. A reliable way to determine how you feel after eating a food is to track your food habits. After every meal, whether it's a food, snack, drink, whatever you put in your mouth, you need to log it and any symptoms that you have after ingesting that item. And as I mentioned earlier, symptoms may not start immediately after a meal. You may find, for example, waking up the next morning with a headache after eating just a banana. But if you find that is a reoccurring thing, then maybe the banana needs to be cut for a while. You may be surprised what you find when you track your food and your symptoms well. When you're eliminating something, especially something as common as dairy and grain, you need to make sure that it's not hiding somewhere, or your whole purpose is lost. For instance, restaurants, foods, packaged foods, dressings, they are all notoriously known for adding foods that you would never even think was added to what you're eating. You know that sugar is added to most everything, but did you know that grain is actually added to many processed meats? You may need to see a qualified health practitioner for help, and that is okay. I don't want you to continue to suffer if you don't need to. So, do you have a food that you find that you can't eat? Leave it in the comment section below. And what do you do to avoid it? So the answer to, are there herbs that are known to help with painful hands, stiff knees, and sore joints? The answer is yes. There are things out there that can give temporary relief. And taken as a regimen, there are herbs out there that can help with this type of issue. But why continue to deal with the issue if it could be something as simple as what you're eating? It's worth checking it out, right? Like my video, give me a thumbs up. I'm Becca, and until next week, get healthy, stay happy, and have an awesome week.